Good morning. A few seconds late. Yeah, been a tough day. It was a tough night last night. Yeah, and before anybody asks what this is, there you go, on my eye. Terrible story last night. I was leaving assaults last night, and the wild Swiss tigers attacked me, and I had to fend them off and all this stuff. And just joking, man. No, I hit my head on the car door as I was getting out, trying to get all the stuff out of the car. I will survive. Don't worry, I will survive. But I hope there's no lag this morning. So let me just quickly. I always forget to take all those. There you go. That should make it no lag. So guys, inform me. I'm just going to check the chat quickly. The Vamp. All right, there we go. Wern, Cliff Richard, Ita Abe, Ronnie, Peter, Rose Garden, Serena, Valentino, AKD, Gupta, Diego, Antoine, Serena, Boba Rhyme, Hunty, all in the house this morning. Very good. Yeah, there you go. Like that. So, perfect. Hope you had a great weekend, you guys. Hope you had a great weekend. It was an interesting sports weekend. And we start where we always start, in the English Premier League. Interesting weekend, very interesting. Lot of tight games, but we'll just start at the top. I know Wern has done some of them. I'm just going to run through them all again quickly. Everton, West Ham 1-1. Ipswich 2-4 against Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest looking really good for those Champions League spots right now. Manchester United, no, that is Manchester City against Brighton 2-2. They wish they were United at the moment. Southampton loses again 1-2 against Wolverhampton. Bournemouth loses 1-2 against Brentford. Arsenal sneak past Chelsea 1-0. Fulham beat Spurs 2-0, and Leicester City lose 3-0 to Manchester United. And there was that little Carabao Cup final. Liverpool, the team that wanted to get the quadruple, they lost to Newcastle United. So let's have a look at that. Well done to Newcastle United. It only took you 70 years. Let me take a sip. 70 years. This is the first trophy Newcastle have won in my lifetime. And I'm not 70. Don't even go down that road. I look a little bit old this morning, but no. So congratulations to the Toon. They have won their first title in 70 years, and it's looking good for them. Congratulations. I'd rather have them win it than Liverpool, let's be honest. Then let's have a look at the table. As you know, I don't do mediocrity on this program, so there's only the top 10. I don't do the bottom half of tables. So my beloved Manchester United will not be on this table. Neither will Spurs. It's not looking good for old Ange. But it's looking good for Liverpool. The title's basically wrapped up. I think Liverpool, Arsenal, definitely in the top 4. I would say Nottingham should make it. And then it's going to be a big fight. Chelsea, Man City, Newcastle, Brighton, even Fulham. Might even add Aston Villa in there, all with a chance of still making the top 5. Gives you Champions League if you're in England this year. But we do have some sad news in the Premier League. Manchester United is a young starlet, Aiden Heaven, or Heaven, whatever you want to call him. Had a bad injury yesterday. Had such a beautiful game, playing so well. But I got some good news. But first, let's wish him get well soon. He was seen walking in a protective boot without crutches. He walked out the stadium last night. So that tells me maybe it's not as bad as we think. Maybe for him it was just, as a young man, the shock of the first moment. We'll see. We'll know more. I will definitely tell you more tomorrow morning. We'll get an update on that during the day. Then we go into some of the big results of the weekend in European football. What a game. I watched the last few minutes of that game. I actually watched the two. It was 1-0 for Atletico, then it was 2-0 for Atletico. And then about 10 seconds later, it was 2-1 for Barcelona, and then just Barcelona just steamrolled them. They won 4-2. Good win for Barcelona. Barcelona starting to look good for the title in Spain. Another good win from Athletic Bilbao against Sevilla, 1-0. Villarreal, they lost to Real Madrid, 2-1. Dortmund, another team not doing well in the Bundesliga. They lost 2-0 to Leipzig. A good result for Union Berlin against the champions-elect, I would call them, Bayern Munich, 1-1. And what a game in Stuttgart. What a game in Stuttgart. Leverkusen are doing Leverkusen things again like they did last season. They were down bad in this one, but they snuck it in the last second. Schick was playing really well for them. They won this one 3-4 against VfB Stuttgart. So Leverkusen back on it. And then we have the little match they call the Old Firm, the Glasgow Derby. Celtic lost 2-3 to the Glasgow Rangers, and now since our Barry Ferguson has been with the Glasgow Rangers, they are on a roll, knocking out Fenerbahce in the Europa League, doing well in the Scottish League, but the title is over. It's going to be Celtic Glasgow's title. Don't worry about it. Paris Saint-Germain, they're on their way to their title. I think they need like one more win. They are 3-1 winners against Olympique Marseille. Inter looking strong in the Italian division. They beat Atalanta Bergamo 2-0. And Fiorentina thrashed Juventus. Another big team in Europe not doing well. There's so many big teams not doing well this year. But let's go through all the tables. We'll start in La Liga in España. And as you can see, it is tied at the top, but Barcelona on the same amount of points as Real Madrid do have a game in hand. Let me just see if something's not good on the chat. Roders in the house. Isa in the house. Yes, we mentioned that yesterday, Roders. I'll get to that later. Then, so that is the Spanish La Liga. Look at where your teams, like I said, only the top half of tables. We don't do mediocrity. Then in the Serie A, it looks like it's Inter going to do it this year. Napoli just too much up and down at the moment. Good third place at the moment for Atalanta Bergamo. Juventus, just too inconsistent to challenge for anything. Then the Bundesliga. Jawohl, Jürgen Klopp. Everything is wonderful. The Bayern Munich are still out on top. It's a 6-point difference. But they only play 34 games in Germany, so 8 games to go. I don't know if Bayern and Leverkusen meet each other in the league anymore. But it looks like it's Bayern's title there. But hey, got a shout out to teams like Mainz and Freiburg doing really well this year. I mean, they're beating the big teams like Leipzig is not in there. And I mean, we don't even see Dortmund on this list. Then we go to the Baguette League, the French League. And this one's basically wrapped up. Congratulations to Paris Saint-Germain. They're having a good season, playing well in the Champions League, and they're going to win this league in a canter. Then we move on, because we did have the Scottish, the Old Firm, we put it out there. I told you Rangers won. That's the league in Scotland. Yeah, it's Celtic's league. They're going to win this one. There only are 12 teams in the Scottish First Division, but I only put out the top 10 because I don't do mediocrity. And this one is just for my nephew, Ryan. Don't worry, son. Basel is still in it for you. But it is Servette Genf on top of the Swiss League. And I think I'm tipping Young Boys to win the league, actually. I think they're going to come back from the bottom there. They're going to come back. But the way it works in Switzerland, the top six, after 33 rounds, the top six go into another phase, and they have another round to play, and so we'll see what comes out of that. But looking good there in Switzerland for all the teams. It's a very tight title race. Then we move to the NHL. Some games there last night. What are my Golden Knights doing to me, man? They lose 3-0 against the Detroit Red Wings. The Dallas Stars lose 3-4 to the Colorado Avalanche. The Oilers beat the Rangers 3-1. The Panthers, reigning champions, they lose 2-4 to the Islanders. Islanders not a very good team. The Ducks, they got ducked 2-7 to the Blues. The Utah Hockey Club beat the Canucks 3-1, and the Jets beat the Kraken 3-2. Do I need to say anything about the Kraken? I'll let the guys in the chat do that for me. Then, because it is Monday, we look at the tables, look at the Western Conference. Remember, the top 8 make the playoffs. And at the moment, let me go, 2, 4, 6, 8. So at the moment, Vancouver is the cutoff to make the playoffs. Looking good there. But the Winnipeg Jets. Canadian teams are doing surprisingly well this year. You know, maybe a Canadian team can win the NHL again this year. So that's the Western Conference. The only team that is mathematically out of the playoffs in the whole NHL is the sorry San Jose Sharks. We look at the East quickly. There you got the Capitals up front there with Ovechkin. They didn't play yesterday, so he's still 8 goals away from breaking the record. The Hurricanes, the Panthers, all doing well there. So yeah, it's an interesting. We're going into the last 3-4 weeks of the regular season now. So yeah, that will definitely hot up. Then we move on to the hardwood and to the basketball. And there were some games last night that kind of surprised me, if being honestly. The 76ers actually won a game. They won 130-125 against the Dallas Mavericks. Grimes there with 28 points for the 76ers. PJ Washington for 29 for the Mavericks. The Magic beat the Cavaliers, so their winning streak is, I think, ended at 16 or 17. They lost 108-103 to the Magic. Pablo Banchero, good game from him, 24 points, 11 rebounds and 7 assists. The Lakers bounced back with a good performance from Luka Doncic. They beat the Suns 107-96. Doncic with 33 points, 11 rebounds and 8 assists. The Atlanta Hawks, they get pummeled by the Brooklyn Nets 122-114. The Trailblazers beat the Raptors 105-102. The Minnesota Timberwolves, they beat the Utah Jazz 128-102. Great game from Anthony Edwards with 41 points. The Clippers destroy the Hornets 123-88. James Harden with 31 points, 10 rebounds and 7 assists. And the Oklahoma City Thunder, the Thunder Roll, they beat the Milwaukee Bucks 121-105. Good game there from Hartenstein. He played really well with 24 points and 12 rebounds. So that's the NBA. But before we move on, we'll just give our star man to Anthony Edwards with his 41 points. 41 points. Well done, Anthony Edwards. Let's have a look at the West standings at the moment. So the Thunder is the first team definitely into the playoffs. And the New Orleans Pelicans and the Utah Jazz are definitely out of the playoffs. I don't think a lot. Yeah, maybe the Suns can. It's between the Suns, the Mavericks, and the Kings. I think, Clippers and everybody above the Clippers are definitely going to make the playoffs. Then in the East, that is quite hot day. We have 2 teams qualified already: the Cavaliers and the Celtics, and no one's been eliminated in the East officially, mathematically. My Heat needs to win a few games, otherwise we are not going to make the playoffs, and that would be sad because the Heat are normally a very good playoff team. Then it is upon us, my friends. It is upon us. March Madness is here. The brackets are out. I'm going to do the men's brackets today. I'm going to do the women's brackets tomorrow. Ladies, don't worry. I didn't forget you. I'm not a sexist pig. At least I think not. Ladies will be up next tomorrow. I'm going to give you the quick dates here. So the first round starts on the 19th, 20th. And the final four is on the 6th of April. So yeah, from now till the end of April, it's going to be epic, giving you daily updates. I'm going to fill out a bracket as well still, so don't worry about that. But it all starts off with these play-in games. These teams still got to get into the main bracket. Check out the teams that you like. I mean, North Carolina, big team there that is fighting to even get into the bracket. But I'm going to show you the brackets quickly. 1 second. Hope you can see them as. There you go. Put it over the whole page. Check out your team. So Auburn is ranked 1 in there on that side of the table. On the top half, Duke number 1 on the other side of the table. So check that out. And then at the bottom half of the table, you have Florida and Houston are the 2 top ranked teams. Yeah, 64 teams eventually, and they bring it down. Put it that way. We use that word. They bring it down to the Final Four, which is going to be really exciting. I will definitely do the final of the NCAA Championships with a live watch along. Then, oh my dear, we had big motorsports this week. A lot of motorsports. Some was very exciting and some was not so exciting. But we'll just start with the Formula One. That's the result of the Formula One yesterday in Melbourne. And Lando Norris takes the first Grand Prix of the year. Look, it was an easy win for him basically from start to finish. No one was challenging him. It looks tight with Max only being like a second behind, but it was never in doubt that a McLaren was going to win, even though they both tried to throw it away, both drivers. So shout out to Lando Norris for the first win of the season. But if you want to know more about the Formula 1 and the race in Melbourne, we did put out a video last night, me and Wern. Melbourne GP results, go check that out. It gives you all the information, some fun stuff in there. Really check out that video, it's really cool. And it'll update you on everything that happened in the Formula 1 over the weekend. Then MotoGP, Marc Marquez and Alex Marquez in second spot. So 2 races in a row, the brothers take 1 and 2. Second race in a row that Marc Marquez wins. Morbidelli came third, that's Franco Morbidelli. Francesco Bagnaia fourth. Giantonio came fifth. Jan Sarko sixth. Brad Binder from South Africa 7th. Pedro Acosta 8th. Joan Mir 9th. And Luca Marini was 10th in that race. So hey, let's shout out there to old Marc Marquez. Yeah, he looks serious on winning that title this year, Marc Marquez. Yes, of course, Jorge Martin, the reigning champion, still out injured. Should be back in the 4th race of the season, so he's going to miss the first 3. Let's have a look at the standings. Got to add the points there as well. At the moment, Marc Marquez way out in front there with 74 points, ahead of his brother Alex. So it looks like the Marquez Championship this year. Bagnaia in 3rd. Check out your favorite riders, and you'll see we'll keep you up to date there all the time. Don't worry. Then more motorsport. Was the NASCAR went to the Las Vegas Speedway, and listen here, I know what I'm talking about because I have driven a NASCAR. Oh well, I have been driven in a NASCAR around that track in Las Vegas, and that you believe. There you go. There's our big Vic in the pink shirt. Getting into a NASCAR now, I'm going to tell you, those NASCARs, they're not as big as you think they are. But as agile as I am, I slipped into that NASCAR, no problem. Was a fantastic experience. Did a few laps there with a professional driver, and yeah, great thing. But let's get to the pros. Yesterday, Josh Berry in the Ford. He drives for Woods. He won his, I think that's his first NASCAR win ever. Did really well, so congratulations to him. All the other guys, Daniel Suarez came in 2nd, Ryan Preece in 3rd, Will Byron 4th, and Ross Chastain in 5th. Check out your favorite drivers. But we got to hand it there to old Josh Berry. Well done to him. Congratulations on your NASCAR victory. And just to be fair, there you go. That's the standings at the moment. In the NASCAR, just quickly, you might say, wow, some guys have got more points and are further down the table than other guys that have got less points. Well, as you can see, William Byron, he's got the most points, but he's in 2nd spot. In NASCAR, the points count, but the wins count more. So the guy that's got the most wins, it's always on top of the league, even if he has less points over all the races. Because the top 16 make the playoffs in NASCAR, and you are automatically in the playoffs if you win a race. That's the way it works. Then we move on to Indian Wells, and it was the PNB Paribas Open in Indian Wells, another place that I have been to. And yeah, beautiful place there, Indian Wells, lovely part of the country there in the US. And the final was between world number 1 Aryna Sabalenka, Wern, your favorite tennis player, and she played against Mira Andreeva, and the young Russian came through. Oh, I've just heard my wife's on the phone. Yeah, and she came through to beat Sabalenka. So well done to the young Russian. Very sympathetic person. I mean, I saw the interview. Me and Wern watched the interview. What a wonderful lady. And in the men's half, Holger Rune, he lost to Jack Draper of the UK, 6-2, 6-2. Well done to Jack Draper. So let's shout out those. There you go. That's Mira Andreeva. Well done. What a nice lady this is. Young lady, very young. And of course, we'll shout out Jack Draper as well. Well done. I think that's his first ATP 1000 win ever. Congratulations to him. Now we've got some sad news coming up. AKD, I hope you're still in the chat this morning. What happened to your Pakistanis, or some people in this chat call them Kakistanis? They got bowled out for 91 in the T20. New Zealand destroyed them. I think that was played in New Zealand. I think it was played in Auckland. I'm not quite sure. They won by 9 wickets and 59 balls to go. I mean, come on. You cannot be serious, man. Absolute. So, I'm sorry to say, but the Pakistani cricket team today get my jackass. I had to have a jackass, and it was between the Pakistani cricket team and the Ferrari Formula One team, but we gave them the jackass already in the other video. So yeah, that's the Pakistani cricket team. You boys are officially now known as Kakistan. Then we move on to the winter sport and look at the ski results. It never changes. It's kind of always the same country on top. Hopschwitz. I mean, Luke Mayer is, he is going off. I think he could challenge Marco Odermatt next year for the total world champions crystal ball there. He is doing really well. If he can just get his downhill together, I think he could challenge old Marco Odermatt. Marco, you better be careful. But it was a Swiss in front of 4 Norwegians. Now, why do I say 4? Because Lucas Broughton used to ride for Norway. He changed his alliance because his mom is Brazilian. But basically, McGrath, Broughton, Haugan, and Christofferson are all Norwegian. So, yeah. And it was in Norway. So, this is beautiful, man. This is beautiful. So, there you go. That's the winner, Luke Mayer. Well done to Luke Mayer. Then somebody this morning in the chat already asked me to mention the sumo. Now, here we go. Everybody can laugh because now we're going to talk sumo. I'm not going to get into it a lot because Wern is doing an update today. I'm just going to give you some of the results and make myself sound like an idiot by mentioning some of these names. All right, so we'll start at the top and we'll work our way down to the bottom where the big boys are. All right, Maegashira, that's number 1. So that's his ranking, right? So Wakataka Kage played against. Fought against Abe and he won. Wern, what's wrong with Abe, man? He's your boy. Not doing well. Daiyoshu, he beat Takanoashu. Ah, I got that one right. Ura lost to Oho. Onosato, my boy. He's doing well. 7-1. He's an Ozeki. He beat Ishii Yamamoto. Okay. And those names, man. Then Kota Sakura, he beat Kirashima. So he's at 5-3. Hoshuru, he's the Yokozuna. He's the main dog. He's the big dog. He's where everybody wants to get is to the Yokozuna. And he beat Takayasu. He lost to Takayasu. Ooh. Takayasu doing well. So it's Takayasu and Onosato both on 7-1. They're doing well, man. They're doing well. There you go. Wern is not laughing at me yet. So that's the sumo, man. That's the sumo. But check out Wern's sumo video that's coming out tonight. He will definitely do a lot better job than me. A lot of people say he always does a better job than me, but let's just check his video out tonight on the sumo. That's going to be a lot of fun. But that was my sports update this morning. Wow. 25 minutes. Wern, did I break your record? Okay, I started a minute later. But it was a lot of sports. I'll be getting into the women's NCAA tournament tomorrow. I'll update all our football fans out there on our competition that's going on. This week is a little bit slower on the football front because there's the World Cup qualifiers. I don't do World Cup qualifiers. I do World Cup. I don't do mediocrity. So you guys enjoy your day. Have a wonderful one. See you tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock. And please check out all the videos on our channel. And go to the community page. There's some cool polls out there. So you guys have a great one. See you tomorrow.